We're back.
All right, we're back. We're going to give you guys taking you on a field trip today. Another field trip about our dogs and the species, species is right? It's their English
breed.
The breed, English bulldogs, and they're really cool dogs. But there are some things that you guys need to know about them. One of them is taking care of them. They're a little bit more of a higher maintenance type of dog. So one of the things that you have to take precautions with is bathing them. How often do you need to bathe them, and taking care of their skin, taking care of their paws and their wrinkles, all these little things that lead to a nice healthy life for their dogs. So Ms. Deb has already run some bath water for the puppies. So she's gonna talk a little bit about what she puts in there, what she puts in the water to help with their coats and their wrinkles, and to try to curb any problems that they might have with their skin. So I'm gonna flip it over and let Ms. Deb talk, and we'll get this thing going. And I believe, who's getting their bath today, Deb?
Tina and Evie. Chunky Tina and Heavy Evie.
Chunky Tina and Heavy Evie are getting their baths today, and I'm gonna flip it over and we're gonna let Ms. Deb talk about what we use. So let me figure this thing out.
All right, guys. So we are we're gonna bathe them in the laundry tub today, because what we found, even with our chocolate lab that we had for so many years, the more space you give them, the worse it is when we're talking about baths.
Yeah.
Because they don't really like them very much. Tina probably most of all will kind of chill and sit down for me after a little while. But the more space you give them, it's not a good thing. The more is not the better in this case. So one thing about bulldogs is that they are prone to grow, I hate to use the word, but it's fungus, like a fungus on their skin or their fur. Mm-hmm. It's not something you would necessarily notice as a bulldog owner, but they will itch, and they will do some little hot spots from their itching of their paws, and they're prone to their back legs as well. So what I put in the water to give them some relief from any paw itching is Epsom salt. So this is something that you can use when you have sore muscles or joints and you want to get into a nice bath. So Epsom salt is the way to go. So I put this in the water for the dogs. I do a lot. It's, there's no over exposure to Epsom salt, and I just pour some in, and I just swish it around a little bit, and it will collect at the bottom. Nice, like, warm bath for them. And then today I just put in some antibacterial conditioner.
Can you show me let me see the bottom?
Yep.
So
I put that in just the water, just to kind of condition the water a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Now this particular brand just so happens to have a bulldog on it. Mm-hmm. Kind of like a context clue, letting you know, like, yeah, this is the type of formula used for dogs like bulldogs. But you can see it's antibacterial and antifungal conditioner, shampoo. And what this is used for is to relieve bacterial skin infections and to help with their allergies. A lot of dogs, not just bulldog breeds, have allergies, and this is going to help kind of curb that a little bit.
And right now the dogs don't have any skin irritations or bacterial infections, but that's why we do it, to prevent it from happening. Mm-hmm. Frankie is more prone than the girls. And he does have a little bit of paw irritation right now. He actually gets the mobile groomer comes here every 5 weeks, or to the school district office if we're there. And he gets his bath done professionally, because if he stays too moist and wet, and he's not going to sit for me for a hair dryer. We've tried that. then he will get those skin irritations. So it's just preventative for him. The girls are much more hardy. You know, women, we're cool like that. So we just do preventative measures for them. So this would be the type of shampoo that we use with Frank because it's for acute and chronic skin conditions.
So it's a little bit stronger,
Yeah.
comes in a smaller bottle. It's going to be a little bit more, you know, expensive.
Yeah.
So we don't use that with the girls. We only use that with Frank because of his, because he's a lighter coat. He's, you know, obviously he's white and brown. And I believe that coat's called piebald. And the piebald bulldogs like Frank have a little bit more of a tendency to get skin issues, and it's tied to their lighter coat.
Yeah. So I'm just going to use today Magic Coat moisturizing soothe relieves with oatmeal. They lots of people use oatmeal with their dogs because they have a lot of seasonal allergies and things. And there is a bulldog on it again, so that just shows you
Another context
that they
clue.
are definitely the breed that is more prone to these types of issues. So I'm gonna go find the chunky girl. She is sleeping, so Chunky Tina is gonna go first.
Yeah, you kind of got to sneak attack her.
Yeah.
So, all right. So Miss Deb's gonna go get the other, get Tina, but you could see the other little doggos are very interested in what's going on. They kind of know what's going on, but they're interested. They want to hang out, but they don't want any parts of that bath.
No.
So there's the big chunk.
There's the big girl. All right. So she's okay. She'll get in, but she's not excited. And we put this kind of, it's like a fathead stick-on wallpaper on
To protect the
the
drywall.
drywall. And then I usually put a towel around the sink to make sure that the water's not coming out, and they will shake, which drives me crazy. So I'm just gonna start the water up a little bit, give her a little shower, so to speak, and see if she's sitting down a little bit. She's probably the one that will do this the most. But if you look right here, you can see Tina's a little brown where it's supposed to be white. And the reason is because Tina likes to roll in the dirt.
Like a pig.
She rolls in the dirt like a little pig. It's right outside of our steps, our back door. And we need to do something about that little patch because she's made it quite a little pigsty for her. But I'll just get her, you know, a little wash down a little bit, let her feet soak in the Epsom salts, and just kind of let her hang out. And then I will just I use a lot of shampoo because it doesn't lather super well. So I just put like, I don't know, that might be a half a cup. But they don't get bathed too often. But they do have, and all dogs have, like an oil to their fur. So I learned from one of the breeders, from Amy's breeder, that you should do one nice, long saturating bath with just a lot of rubbing and getting in the nooks and crannies. Give them a wet wash off, and then do another one, which will kind of get that residual debris and any of that oil that's left off of their skin. So Big Mama is tolerating this.
She's not happy, but she's not angry, so.
Yeah, she's okay.
Yeah.
So
She's annoyed.
Yeah, she's annoyed. So I'm gonna, go against the grain of her fur and kind of give her a nice little scratch. And that's what she's trying to do with the dirt rolling around. Just give herself a nice little scratch. And we haven't convinced her that our scratches are just as good as the dirt scratches. So that's unfortunate for us because we get a lot of that dirt inside then. So I'm gonna let that sit for a little bit, and then I'm gonna get a washcloth, and what I'll do, no, stay there. What I'll do is put a little bit of, nope, stay back, teensy, teens, come on. See what I'm saying? No, stay in there. So I'm gonna put a little bit of the shampoo on the washcloth, and then I'm gonna start to do her face, because they do not like their faces being in the water, and you know, too bad. We sometimes have to do things that we don't like because it's good for us. So that's what we're doing here, and I'm just gonna give her ears a little swab, put my face cloth in her ears. She likes that a little bit. And dip my face cloth again, and then I'm just gonna rub in all of her little wrinkles.
Yeah, let me come around and show you.
Now Tina doesn't have big wrinkles. They call these knuckles. She's just got a little teeny knuckle. So you can give her just a swab in her knuckle.
This area on a bulldog is typically a tough spot, where under my thumb, where the wrinkle over their nose is. That's usually a spot you should probably wipe it out every day, if not every other day, with like a Kleenex. Just help keep it clean. And when they shove their faces into their bowl to eat, you know, they often get dirt and stuff and little debris of the food. They get it up in that little knuckle. So.
And I'm just gonna spray her off, get her washed off, and then just do one more little application of shampoo.
Are you going to use a brush?
Yeah, I'll show them the brush. Just wash her off a little bit.
Now it's really important that you get the shampoo off completely, or whatever type of formula you're using. You want to get it off, wash it off, just like us, just like being in the shower. You don't want to come out of the shower with shampoo still in your hair. That could be bad. It's the same thing with them. And then obviously one of the more important things is for them to, this breed in particular, is to get dried off really well, which is hard to do. It's hard to towel dry them and get them completely dry. But you know, you do the best you can.
I'm gonna drain the water now because she's almost done. I'm gonna put a little bit more shampoo on and then rub it in. And then long-haired dogs are dogs that you really need to brush frequently, but bulldogs, we really don't need to do that. But we do like this brush called the Furminator, and our dogs love to get scratched. I mean, if you're not petting them, they want to know if your hand's broken.
Hi.
So I'm just gonna go through here because I know this is her itchy area. Just give her a nice little brush in that area. Get that shampoo deep down in there, and you can see lots of hairs coming off.
Yeah. And with these little chunky dogs, it's a little harder to smoothly brush them because every little beautiful little chunky roll, you know,
Yeah, I'm having to pull her roll.
Yeah, we have to pull her skin taut so that you can kind of run that blade.
Yeah.
It's not really like a blade. It's just a really fine tooth comb, and it helps kind of drag out any loose hairs and you know, get her down to her healthy coat.
She doesn't mind it. She just doesn't like being in the tub.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna rinse that off, and then give Tinky her last rinse off. She's done pretty well, not shaking on me today. Appreciate that.
Now, Miss Deb talked about using, we use the stationary tub, or in the laundry room. If you don't have one, just use a, you know, they're perfectly fine to go into the shower with you. If you have a closed-in shower with a door, it's really helpful. I'll take Frank in sometimes and shower him while, you know, before I take a shower. And you just, you know, you got to do what you got to do. But if you have an open bathroom, open bathtub.
Do it outside.
Yeah, you could do it.
Have a little kiddie pool.
Yep.
You could do it in that.
Yep. Lots of ways, but you got to find a way to do it. If you own a dog, you got to do it.
Yeah, they're just like your family. They are your family. Probably some of us like dogs more than people.
Yeah, no doubt.
So you have to take care of them and really make sure that you meet all of their needs because they're not able to meet them themselves. So Tina is all washed off. You can see she's much more white now. Of course, she's going to try to run right to the door because she wants to go outside and roll back in the dirt.
Yeah, which we're not going to let her do.
We're not going to do. She's going to have to go in her kennel for a little while to dry off because they'll rub themselves all on your furniture and your walls.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff. Just some tricks you learn through the years to not allow that to happen.
Yep. Yep.
So I just give her a nice rub down and then get her little feet. She's got tiny little feet holding up this big girl body.
And this is a 2 to 3 towel type of job. You're gonna need at least 2 towels for a bigger dog like these dogs. You're gonna need at least 2 towels because that towel is gonna soak up a lot of moisture, and then you're gonna need. She's still gonna be needing some drying off. So Miss Deb just put her in her kennel, and now we got to fill the bath for the next little victim, who is right there. She heard it and she's walking away. So little Evie does not like baths.
She doesn't like anything.
She doesn't like anything. So she likes people, but on her terms. She's also one of the four dogs that we have. She's the weird one when it comes to eating. The other ones will run right out there and start eating, and Evie sometimes, I mean, she just doesn't feel like eating, or at least eating while the other people are eating. So she'll wait and hang out, and she'll go out there and sniff around and come back inside. We feed our dogs actually in our garage. They make a huge mess. They're very messy eaters because they push their food around with their flat snout, and it's tough for them. Big Frank will just knock food all out of the bowl everywhere.
Evie will go and clean up sometimes.
Now Evie will wait until they're all done, and then she'll go in the garage and clean up after everybody, eat her bowl plus some. But she's doing well. She's got a nice figure for a bulldog. She's not too chunky.
She knows.
Yeah, she knows. She's walking away. It's always a little cat and mouse game. Now she's under the table. See how she's hiding? She's under the table.
Doesn't want to go.
Mm-hmm. But we'll get her a treat.
Enjoy a little treat. Oh, there she is in her kennel.
Yep. She likes to go into her kennel.
Oh, she's about half as much as Amy.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
Tina.
Yeah. Yeah. Evie is easily, as Amy continues to grow up, going to be our smallest bulldog.
Yeah.
Even though she's fully grown and matured. She's our little special one.
Yeah.
She's a good girl.
She's special. So I'm filling the bath as I'm spraying her down because we don't want to have you guys waiting too long, and it certainly doesn't hurt her to have a little bit more soak time on her feet. I did notice she's had some feet irritation this summer, which I hadn't noticed before. So she has a little bit more white on her, but she's a brindle, but she doesn't have the same type of skin issues that Frankie has.
Yeah.
And again, when we say skin issues, Frankie's very healthy. It's just things that, you know, all bulldogs are prone to. And if you take your bulldog to the vet, they'll say, "Oh, you're gonna be my paycheck." Ha ha ha. And I'm like, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, little Evie probably has is the best coat out of all of them. She's very smooth, and she's got you know, really good skin, and barely ever is itchy. So it seemed.
I think she just rolls in the dirt because she wants to.
Yeah, now she'll roll in the dirt like Tina, but she just does it, I think, just because like she wants to, and she just does what she wants. Yeah, this is Miss Vitra's favorite bulldog.
Yeah. She loves Miss Evie.
Yeah. Evie loves her, even though she barks at her.
She's our watchdog too.
Yeah, this is the watchdog. The rest of the dogs would probably, you know, sit and do tricks for an intruder, where Evie will let you know when that person is breathing 300 yards away.
Yeah.
So,
And we have these people in the neighborhood who like to take walks multiple times a day. Evie, you know, is just letting us know that they're there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just her notifying us, which is sometimes jolting.
Yeah. So little Evie she'll hop up on the highest spot that she can get, on like the back of a chair or something, that she can look out a window. And there's been times where I wondered, like, can she even see? Because like, is she blind in an eye? Because sometimes she acts, and honestly, she's not blind. She's ignorant sometimes. I don't know how else to put it. She just ignores us. But she's actually pretty well behaved and disciplined. Like, when it's time to kennel up, she goes running in and sits in her kennel. When Miss Deb was trying to get her and pick her up, when, you know, she's playing cat and mouse, but as soon as we went into where the dogs stay, she knows, like, if we're in there, there's treats about to happen, and it's time to get in the kennel. So she jumped in.
Yep. She does.
She doesn't growl at you, Miss Vitra. Well, maybe she does, but maybe.
But Vitra secretly loves her too, because she always says, "How's Evie?"
Yeah.
I mean, she kind of says it like that. Like,
Yeah. How's Evie?
But, you know, I get it. And I don't sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
Like, she's still the same.
Yep.
So I did her face, I did her little wrinkle. She was a little bit more in the wrinkle than Tina. Tina's wrinkles are really.
Yeah. Evie's got big old deep wrinkles, like she's got like a lot of skin for her body she hasn't filled out. And I don't think she will, because what is she, like 3 now?
Yeah.
So Evie's 3. She's basically fully grown. She's going to thicken up a little bit, get a little width to her as she continues to get older, but nothing, you know, nothing crazy. Yeah.
She's also not the one that likes to sit on us, kind of like everyone else does. She will on occasion, but Frank, not Tina, not so much, but Amy and Frank. Woo! I need to wear one of those shields. Amy and Frank are more like that. They like to lay on you.
Yeah.
She was laying on me today, though. So Evie's also got, if you can see her little tail. See, she's got a little tail there.
Yeah.
And bulldogs tend to have deep tail pockets that you have to get in and clean. But Evie's is pretty much sticking out, which is good. Frankie and Tina's are the most embedded there in their tail. And
Well, we got a question.
okay.
All right, Mr. Trent Creighton.
Oh, Trent! What's up, Trent?
Baby Rhino.
What's up? We haven't seen you at the pool.
Yep. Not such a baby anymore, big boy. He wants to know if the dogs are kenneled each night.
No.
That's a good question. Now, when they are right now that they're not puppies anymore and they're housebroken, they are not kenneled at night. You can 100% do either or, whatever's going to fit your family lifestyle with your dogs. It is definitely humane, and it's nothing wrong with kenneling them. But our family decided that we're not going to kennel them when they don't have to be. But we think it's really critical that you do teach them to learn to be okay with being kenneled. And while they're puppies, especially when they're puppies, it's important for them to be kenneled a lot and learn that it's a safe place. It's a fun place. They get treats when they're in their kennel. They don't get treats when they're out of their kennel. So imagine like every time, pick the thing, Trent, that you don't like doing the most, but every time you do it, you get whatever your favorite food is. You would then all of a sudden probably love doing it or be okay with it. And that's kind of how you train them. So
and when they're puppies, you don't want them to have free reign of the house. Not just because they'll, hurt something that may cost a lot of money, which is a concern, but because they will hurt themselves. They will eat something that will hurt their bellies or, cause some sort of pain, and that is always our concern. So when we're not home, they get kenneled.
yes.
And that's the majority of the time that they're in their kennels. Now, I will tell you that sometimes we need a break from each other.
Yeah.
And that is when they will go in their kennels.
Yeah.
But as far as like Trent, if you wanted to know where they sleep, most often Evie and Amy will sleep up in our bedroom, on the floor, in the bed, and then Tina and Frank like to sleep on the chairs downstairs.
Yeah. Tina and Frank, they definitely love to sit with you and on you, but when it's bedtime, they tend to want to like kind of hang out on their own. I think Frank probably moves around to different spots.
You see Vitra, how good she is?
Yeah.
Ooh, good girl. What other questions do you have?
Yeah,
We're almost done.
Yep.
Evie's almost done.
Yep. If anybody has any questions, just go ahead and ask. Nah, I will try to.
You want to show them what Frank's doing while you're doing that?
So here's Frank sleeping. He's a proximity dog. He likes to be close to people. Even if he can't be touching you, he wants to be near you. Even though he doesn't want to get in that bath.
Nope.
But he definitely wants to hang out with people. So.
Now, he loves the lady who comes and takes
Oh
him.
yeah, yeah, yeah. She.
Top Dog Styler is her name.
Yeah.
I don't even know her first name because she talks to Frank more than me. But
Yeah.
she's a really cool lady, Top Dog Styler. And she's a mobile pet groomer. So that was helpful for me because we were in the office and she would come right to the office and Frank in the office anyway. So here you can show him her ankle, how nice and clean it is.
Now it looks red right now, but that's because the temperature was warm.
And I was rubbing in it. But
Yep.
what you're looking for is like really disgusting, kind of like a gummy. Miss Beecher's not here. She's not angry.
That's right.
So kennel for a little while, just to get her dried off so she doesn't want to rub on the furniture.
Come on, buddy. Evie, let's go. Kennel up. Come on.
By the way, but Amy's a little girl, a little playful pup. So there she is. All right, guys. So that's really the whole bath process. It's not too long. It's not too tedious. We did that in about a half an hour. The two dogs. And, Mr. Pat says, Evie's so good. Okay, Mr. Pat. So that's it. It took about a half an hour. It's now we'll just go back and clean up and kind of give the tub a nice little wash and wash all of the towels, and we'll let the girls sit in their kennel for a little while to dry off. They'll probably fall asleep and just hang out. But it's such a nice, experience, even when they're not so super
excited about the bathing process. It's really a good time to just bond with your dog and you know, give them a nice little rub because they're special to you. And you know, it's raining outside, so they will not be going out for quite some time. And their little paws, when they come back, will be dirty, any of them. And Frank kind of likes to just lay out there, and so we're not doing that today. We're gonna stay inside today. But I would, you know, be happy to answer any questions you have, if you have any. Miss Tabby, she has one of Tina and Frank's puppies. She said she needs a neater feeder. Yeah, I mean, it's insane. Mr. Pat and Miss Melissa watched Frankie once and sent me videos of Frank eating because he just makes all these noises like, you know, that kind of thing. And just like his food just flips out of the bowl. But yeah, so thanks for joining us today. It was so fun. It's so fun to see you guys and hang out and to share our pups with you.
And if you're watching, if you end up watching this video, if you end up watching after the live feed is over and you're watching it and you have a question, feel free to comment and Miss Deb will answer the, you know, if you have a question or whatever, she'll answer it, you know, whatever you guys need. So thanks for hanging out with us today and watching the pups get bathed up, and I don't know, we look forward to answering any questions you got.
Yeah. See you soon. Bye.